Welcome back to another episode of Dive Spear Eats. It has been some time. Welcome back, and I'm excited today because it's time to dive. It's been quite some time since my last dive. Last time I dove with Matt in Palos Verdes, I think over a month ago now. And the reasons for that are weather hasn't been that great. We have actually another atmospheric river coming through tomorrow or tonight. The conditions seem pretty decent for today. Leading up, what I look for is the swell primarily, looking at a foot and a half or so in the morning today, and then it picks up to by 3, I think, where I'm headed in Newport area. But leading up to the day of the dive, I also look at that. So try to get a day where it doesn't pick up a bunch of the sediment in the water. So for example, if it was just say like 3 or 4 feet yesterday or last night, I probably wouldn't dive today, knowing that, or from my experience, that those swells will probably kick up a bunch of things in the water, making visibility pretty bad. So anyway, we are here because hopefully the conditions are good. We've been getting reports of about 10 to 15 feet, which is not bad. Pretty good in my opinion for this part of the season, especially this particular season. But I'm here with my dive buddy Kei. He's loading up the car. Now we're gonna head over to Newport. We're gonna go for bugs. I'm actually gonna bring my spear gun out because I've been itching to fish for a long time, and the last dive was pretty much a wash. Sorry, Matt, again. Conditions were absolute trash last time. So here we go. We're gonna go head out. Let's go catch some fish or some bugs. Here we go. Gear is in the truck, and let's go. I have to show y'all these again. My Don Quixote Crocs. These are the best. If you need to save your booties when you're shore diving, get into your spot, buy some Crocs or fake Crocs or whatever. They will save you a lot of headache with your booties. All right, let's go. Cue the travel music. Ow! Let's go! We are ready to gear up. It's been a long time. Got my spear gun, 85 sniper, Pathos sniper roller wetsuit that hasn't been used in some time. We have our mutiny net with our lobster gauge, of course. Make sure to fill out those lobster cards before you head into the water, and leave that last slot open, obviously. Snorkel, fins, Crocs, lube, and fins, or sorry, weight belt. And this I'm going to use just to mark my gun if I need to drop it to grab some lobster, just so I know where it is. I'm not using it as like a traditional float, but I'm going to try that out today, see how it works. I just don't want to drag a traditional float out today. And we are in the water after some time. Last dive was really rough, so I was really excited. Conditions were looking promising, and I got some reports from the day before saying visibility was anywhere from 10 to 15 feet. And this day, it was, I would say, 15 feet on average. Some spots more, sometimes less. But overall, a great day to be in the water. Water temps were in the high 50s, like low 60s. So pretty nice, I would say. Surge, so the kind of the current, if you will, going in and out was depending on where you were. But generally speaking, I would say it was about a medium or so. Definitely wasn't calm by any means, but it wasn't super rough. But as you can see here, visibility was absolutely amazing. So we're going out for some bugs and then hopefully perhaps some fish. I know it's really early for white sea bass season. It's not super common in this particular area for the lack of kelp and from many other factors. But overall, went out with my dive buddy Kei, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I will say there were a lot of spider crab or sheep crab still up for debate. They were all over. I assume it's mating season, but we'll learn more about them in a little bit. dives of the session, about 30 feet or so. But the main reason why I call this out is because on the left-hand side here we have Scuba Man with similar gun to mine actually. But the reason why I call out the Scuba guy is this is the first time I saw him in the dive. I kept hearing bubbles and kind of a lot of clanking, if you will, in the water. Finally found him in the area that we were fishing. And I call this out because for white sea bass specifically, even though we are, I guess if they are around, great. If not, yeah. But there are dives where we go out just for white sea bass. And if that was the case in this situation, we would try to swim away from the scuba divers. And the main reason is because of the noise and disruption in the water. Obviously with the bubbles and whatever else they were doing down there, you just want to separate yourself from possible factors that would spook a white sea bass. And white sea bass get spooked very easily, so you want to space yourselves out for that. But generally speaking, it was really interesting to see the scuba guy at the bottom. So we saw these things everywhere, and what these things are the Loxorhynchus grandis, also known as the sheep crab and better known as the spider crab. I know many of you refer to them as the spider crab, so therefore I will use spider crab for the remainder of this code a little bit, instead of using the official name, which is extremely confusing. So they live for about 4 years. They can grow pretty large. The male bodies grow up to 17 centimeters, 6.5 inches. Female bodies, 11 centimeters, 4.5 inches. They are native to California, and when the females do carry eggs, they carry anywhere from 125 to 500,000 eggs, so quite a bit. And they usually hover at depth ranges from 6 to 152 meters. That's roughly 20 feet to 500 feet, so a pretty wide range. But we saw these guys everywhere. Yeah, they were hiding in a lot of them weren't really hiding, as you can see here, but really cool to see. They're all kind of scattered throughout the area. And yes, you can harvest them if you like. I personally think they taste good, but it's not worth it to me because the amount of meat you get out of them is not too much for a lot of work. Their shell is extremely thick, and yeah, they weigh a lot. So if you're gonna dive some more, you definitely can, but it's gonna be quite heavy lugging those guys around. But yes, you can harvest them. It is legal. But this is the spider crab. So as I'm exploring the seafloor, there haven't been too many fish worth shooting until now. I see a nice sheephead, a male, a decent size for sure, and I line up a shot, and the reason why I'm not shooting is because there's a rock behind the fish, and I don't want my shaft to go straight into that rock, so I'm waiting for the fish to clear that rock. And once it does, I take the shot, but unfortunately it shears off. It was a bad holding shot, and there's a fish out there wounded because of me. It happens to the best of us. I always get super bummed when this happens, but it is what it is. I took the shot, and I just need to be better at shooting, but it happens. And that pretty much wraps up this session. No lobsters were keepers, but here's a montage of all the shorts that I grabbed. For the session, 29 feet was the deepest, average 13. I did 41 dives, so pretty short jabby dives, if you will. And the session dive time was 27 minutes, 17 seconds. Session surface time was about a little over an hour. And yeah, so here's some stats. But overall, a great time to be out in the water. All right, we're here. Dive was great. No lobster, no fish, but conditions were pretty good. 15 plus feet, I would say. Swells were about a foot or so. Surge was moderate, I would say medium, but overall a great day to dive, especially before the rain hits. We're at Sam's Club, and this is our post-dive meal. We're gonna have some rotisserie chicken. We have a large pizza that we just bought for $8.98 before tax, a whole pizza. And then we have this debauchery of a creation, a hot dog with chicken on top. So we're gonna eat up. We earned it. It was a great dive. See you on the next one. It's a kid. What is that? He didn't even eat the chicken.